Back at you with another lesson. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash, that belongs to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, with teaching all truth and sincerity. And I'm going to go into Revelation 17, breakdown going into prophecy. Revelation 17, start at the top. Um, this is a vision that John, the Revelator, got on the island of Patmos. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked to me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And that great whore is talking about America, Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon. And the many waters is talking about peoples, nations, and tongues, which is the melting pot of all nations here in Babylon the Great America, because you have all nations here, here in Babylon Great America, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, meaning the the other nations, the EU and NATO nations, including China, Iran, Russia, but primarily the EU and NATO nations. When the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and they've committed fornication with Babylon the Great America through a false um, political, economic, and religious system, and foreign policy deals that they do over there together during the G7 summit, to hash out certain things dealing with foreign policy over there in the Middle East and over there in Europe. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk of the wine of a fornication. So that wine is going into false political, economic, and religious system. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of a fornication. So the inhabitants of the earth are drunk of uh, um, Babylon's wine, which is America. Um, let me get Jeremiah 50 to go into that, because Babylon the Great, which is America, is getting ready to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire by the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai. Jeremiah 51. Let's keep going. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. We're going to get to Jeremiah 50, 51. So he carried me away into the spirit into the wilderness, because Jeremiah seen the same vision of Babylon the Great being destroyed by thermonuclear fire. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet beast. And the beast is talking about America, comprised of EU and NATO nations. And the woman is metaphorical and symbolically talking about America, full of names of blasphemy and 7 heads and 10 horns. And the 7 heads are Germana Major, Germana Minor, France, Spain, Great Britain, Greece, and I believe Rome. Those are the seven heads. You got the 10 horns, which is pretty much the EU and the NATO nations. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, which um, which represents like beauty, um, because America is seen as very beautiful uh, right now to these other countries. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And those abominations are, idolatry, homosexuality, false Christianity, false democracy, and a false political system. Um, so let's get Jeremiah 50 real quick. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, which is America, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquities, for it is the time of the Lord's vengeance, Yahweh, Bashim Shai. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon, point is in 7, hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. So these other nations, the EU and NATO nations, are drunk off of the wine of Babylon. Let's keep going. The nations have drunken of her wine. See, of her wine. So the same thing in Jeremiah 50. That wine is false political, economic, and religious system. Therefore the nations are mad. So these nations are spiritually drunk. They're mad right now, and mad in the Hebrew pretty much means crazy. They've gone crazy, and these nations are uh, rising up against Babylon the Great America for World War III. So that's what that's talking about. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, which are the Israelites. So Mystery Babylon is America. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, which are the Israelites. Psalms 148, and the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and the beast that carrieth her. So you have America, which is the woman. She's riding the beast. She's spearheading this beast, which is America, comprised of the EU and the NATO nations. That carrieth her, which have the 7 heads and the 10 horns. And we broke down the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Let's keep going. Which 7 heads? We're gonna go through it again. Germana Major, Germana Minor, France, Spain, Great Britain, Greece, and Rome. And the 10 horns are pretty much the EU and the NATO nations that are connected to this beast, that are comprised of the beast, that are in bed with America, the beast. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, which is the bottomless pit is Europe. So the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, because the Roman Empire was revived through the Renaissance period. So that's the beast, which is America. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, which is Europe, and go into perdition, which means destruction. So that's the final judgment of Babylon the Great America. Complete destruction by thermonuclear fire in World War III. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, and the whole earth is wandering after this beast, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is, because um, because the Roman Empire was revived through the Renaissance, which is America. And here's the mind which hath wisdom, the 7 heads of 7 mountains, which represents governments, on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And we are in that short space right now, going into America, Babylon the Great, which is the Roman, which is basically Rome revived through the Renaissance. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th. Okay, so this beast came of the 7. That little horn in Daniel, that little horn in Daniel 7, and is of the 7 and goeth into perdition, which is destruction. And the 10 horns, which are the EU and the NATO nations, which thou sawest, are 10 kings, and which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. So they're going to receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast, which is America, the revival of Rome through the Renaissance. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast, because Esau is setting up his new world order system, and these EU and NATO nations are going to be in bed with the beast, which is America, and they're going to be in bed and down with the new world order. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, which is America, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, which is that great melting pot here in Babylon the Great. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Okay, so these EU and NATO nations are going to they're going to shoot their nuclear missiles during World War III over here at Babylon the Great, and destroy Babylon the Great, which is America, this whore. So you have it's a lot of parabolic and metaphorical talk. You know, you have America known as the whore, the beast, Babylon, many different names, but it's still talking about America. And the 10 horns, which are the EU and NATO nations, which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So that's talking about when these EU and NATO nations during World War III, as we're seeing now, heat up to a nuclear level. They're going to shoot their nuclear missiles at Babylon the Great, America, and destroy this whore, which is America. So let's get Daniel 7, because this is prophecy. These things are getting ready to happen. The Lord, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, is going to have these nations shoot their nuclear missiles, these EU and NATO nations, along with China, Iran, and Russia, and to shoot their nuclear missiles at Babylon the Great, America. Let me get Daniel. It's Daniel 7. Daniel 7. Daniel 7. It's either Daniel 7 or Daniel 2. Daniel 7 and 11. I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, which is that little horn, which is America. I beheld even till the beast was slain. So that it's talking about the same beast. The same beast. The revival of Rome through the Renaissance, which is America. That same beast in Revelation that we're talking about. Because it's prophecy. Till the beast was slain and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. So that's what this is talking about, Revelation 17. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, which is America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So that's talking about when the Lord Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, has these EU and NATO nations shoot their nuclear missiles at Babylon the Great, America, which is the beast, and burn it with fire. For the Heavenly Father Yahweh have put in their hearts to fulfill His will. So this is going to happen. The Heavenly Father Yahweh is going to put this in the hearts of these EU and NATO nations, along with China, Iran, and Russia, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of the Heavenly Father Yahweh shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city. See, that woman, which is America, is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. So that's all I have. Next time I'm going to say Shalom.